In this video, I'm going to talk you through how to do a hill start. Now, on your driving test, the examiner may ask you to just pull up on the left, and it could be on a flat road, but quite often on the test, they'll want to check if you can do a hill start. So it'll be a hill like this, might be a little bit steeper, but it won't be like that, like if you've got those in your area, but it will be a hill like this. And all they'll do is once you pulled up, they'll say when you're ready, drive on. They won't even tell you it's a hill start. So the key things with doing a hill start is coordinating your feet correctly. To do a good hill start, you need to set the gas a little bit more on your vehicle and hold the clutch longer at its biting point. So when I go and do this in a second, just watch how I coordinate my feet, and you won't see me bring the clutch up too quickly. You'll see the car move away and still I'll be holding the clutch at its biting point for probably 1-2 car lengths before I bring it up fully. Now, as long as you do that, there should be no rolling back and hopefully no stalling either. If you do roll back on your test, if it's just like a smidge, like say 1 inch, you should be okay. You'll just get a driver fault. Obviously, if you roll back a meter, it's unfortunately going to be a serious fault and potentially a dangerous fault if there's a vehicle behind you, or if, for example, you go up the curb because it's on a little bit of an angle. So without further ado, let's talk you through how to do a hill start. So it's clutch down fully and into first gear. I'm setting the gas, so it's just above 1 on the rev counter. And as you can see, I've got my biting point. Did you feel the car? It was just trying to move away there. So what you don't want to be doing is moving away with the handbrake on, but it's just finding your feet enough so you get that tug at the front of the bonnet. And if you look at my feet now, you can see I'm holding them both together. So this is what we call your biting point. I'll show you one more time. There we go, and I can see my bonnet has raised slightly. The car wants to move away. It can't because the handbrake's still on. Now, if I release a handbrake now, with my feet in this position, watch what I do with my feet. They're not going to move. My clutch isn't going to come up anymore. I'm not going to press the gas much more. I'm just going to hold the feet still when I release the handbrake. And you can see I've done nothing with my feet. I'm just holding them still. I'm still holding my feet in the same position, and we're in business. I'm setting the gas and then bringing the clutch up slowly. Okay, so that was maybe a little bit slow-mo. So I'm just going to go around the block and show you one more time. This time I'll do it a little bit quicker so you can see it in full action. Again, just watch my feet. Do you need a signal to move away on a hill start? Well, it does depend if there's anyone behind you. Normally, if there's someone behind you, you'd probably let them go rather than, but if they are quite far away, then yes, you may be able to move away safely without affecting them. So let's give it another go. So the examiner would say right now, when you're ready, drive on. So it's clutch down, into first, set the gas, find the biting point, got the tug at the front of the bonnet, looking all around us, keeping my heel on the floor, and then off we go. Do make sure when you move away that you just check your mirrors for an update of what's behind you. And that's, in a nutshell, how to do a hill start. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do check out our website, driveJohnsons. Check out our Learner Centre. On the Learner Centre, we've got lots of content on lots of different subjects to help you pass your test. And also consider following us on social media, again, where we release new content to help you pass your driving test. Thanks for watching. Take care.